Communication is absolutely essential for any team or organization to be successful. Without effective communication, I guarantee that a team, an individual, a team, or a company will absolutely fail. But the good thing is that there's a plan. There's a better way to effectively communicate so that a way each individual, team, or organization can be successful. Let me share a quick story with you. I've been a leader for over 25 years, and I've literally helped thousands of people achieve personal or professional success. Okay? And one of the biggest things that I have seen during that time is lack of communication. Lack of communication will literally lead to the failure of an individual or a team or an organization. Okay, you must learn how to communicate effectively. And there are many things that can get in the way of effective communications. All right, so I'll share a quick story with you here. Years ago, I was in an organization and my boss asked me a question. It was like, hey, did you get the email that I sent you earlier? And I immediately responded, no, I did not get the email that you received earlier. I was out and about with my people. I was leading, I was sharing, I was helping them with problems and questions and concerns that they had. In other words, I was not in my office at my computer to immediately check the email that was sent by my boss. Okay? Because I don't sit in my office. I'm normally out and about with my people. Well, my boss didn't like that and said, no, you need to be able to respond to the emails that I send you at a moment's notice because they are important. Well, I understand that they are important, okay? But I was out with my people and I'm sorry, but I just don't walk around with the internet on my back. Ooh, that was big. That was a bold statement right there, and it got me in trouble, okay? My boss definitely did not like the fact that I said that I do not walk around with the internet on my back and that I was not able to respond to the email that was sent immediately. That's what I like to call a reliance upon technology, okay? And when you rely upon technology so much that you absolutely cannot directly communicate with your people face to face like I do, that's a problem. That's a huge problem within the corporate world, within the business world, within any team or organization. Communication is a problem, but here's the thing. A lot of people have their preferred method in which they communicate, and that's an even bigger problem. Some people prefer to communicate the old-fashioned way, face-to-face. Some people like to communicate via email or over the phone, and that's great. Some people have apps that they use, they have different methods in which they communicate. So there's Slack. I think there's Microsoft Teams. There's a bunch of apps that are out there. And that's a preferred method. And that's absolutely fine. The problem is that each individual communicates differently. Each individual learns and discovers and receives information differently. Okay? It took me years to embrace sending text messages. When I first got a phone years ago and there was text messages, I was like, I'm not sending a text message. Why would I send a text message? I'd rather just talk to you face to face or send you, give you a phone call or something. I want to hear the sound of your voice and I want you to hear the sound of my voice. That's how I was years ago. It took me a long time, almost a year, to embrace sending text messages. But text messages also fail. Okay, they also fail because here's the thing. Hearing my voice versus reading a text message has two different meanings. With my voice, I can inflect certain things, certain emotions into it, whereas reading a text message does not have the same emotion. So you see how effective or ineffective communications can be depending on whether it's vocal or whether it's written text. That further proves my point. Okay, so I understand that a lot of people rely upon technology. I myself rely upon technology, but I'm here to tell you right here and right now that if you want to effectively communicate with your people, find out exactly what it is that they receive better. How do they learn? How do they receive better? If it's over the phone, great, that's their preferred method. If it's via text message, that's great, that's a preferred method. Now, there's a lot of work that can go behind that because I don't necessarily want to send, a text message here, a phone call there, a voice message there. But what that does is it really gives personalized attention as a leader to the people and shows that you care about them. Okay? Whenever you are able to communicate with them, kind of not necessarily in a preferred method, but in a way in which they learn and discover and take action, because that's what's important. Okay? I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I do not sit here with my phone on all day long. It just doesn't happen. If you send me a text message, I'm not going to look at it. I'm not going to get it, and I will probably see it later on in the night. Email, I'm kind of the same way. If I'm focused on something, if I'm doing something, okay, I am not relying upon technology to get to receive information and to take action. And sometimes information needs to be immediate. Sometimes action needs to be immediate. And I fully understand that. But I do that as kind of a forcing function to get people to effectively communicate directly with me. Don't send me a text message and say, well, I told you to do that thing in that text message. That's great. I didn't get the text message because I don't look at my phone. I want you to talk to me directly face to face. It's kind of a forcing function. So here's the thing. Effective communications is something that individuals, teams, and companies need to work on tremendously if you are to achieve success. It just needs to happen. All right. So I know what you're thinking. I'm a little bit older, and my team's a little bit older, and we're just set in our ways, and we absolutely cannot or do not want to adopt any new way of doing things. That's fine. I can assure you that I can teach an old dog new tricks. Okay? I also know what you're thinking. Okay? I don't have the time in order to try to learn new things. Well, that's great as well, too. We all have the same 24 hours, and I guarantee that if you shift your time or you make time in order to learn something new, I have a few things that I can show you within my book, Leadership Solved, that will definitely help you individually, your team, and your company how to effectively communicate better. All right, so my book, Leadership Solved, can be found on my website, terrythompson.me. If you look in the link in the description below this video, you will see a link to my website, terrythompson.me. Click on that link, head on over to my website. There on the page, you will see my book, Leadership Solved, absolutely for free. I also have an option for you to choose the audiobook if you want, and learn some new techniques, okay? Especially effective communications. I guarantee that it'll work for you. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description below, head over to my website, terrythompson.me, sign up and get my book, Leadership Solved, absolutely for free. I'll see you there.